claim that we know everything what is going on between New Delhi and United States, what is going on between Islamabad and United States, but at least you feel it when you are in Washington DC. United States, let me tell you, at the very highest level, still pursues the issue of Kashmir with the government of India, with the government of Pakistan. Because if you remember, there was a very important meeting that took place here in Washington DC. That was the first time in the history that the Chief of the Army of Pakistan, as well as the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, they were in a very important meeting with the United States. Both of them, they were here. They were here for more than a week. Soon after that, there was an article in Wall Street Journal, which is one of the leading newspapers of the world, and it was Dateline Kabul. And Wall Street Journal said that there's a pressure from Pentagon on India. They have to help resolve the issue of Kashmir.
What was the date of these issues?
I think it was 2 months back. I'm not sure of exact. I think it was either April or it was May. I think it was the month of May.
Year?
2010.
Okay.
And both General Kiani, the Chief of Army Staff, and the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Qureshi, they were here in the meeting, and meeting was attended at different times by President Barack Obama, Vice President Biden, and Senator, Secretary Gates from the Pentagon, and Hillary Clinton from the State Department, and Richard Holbrooke, and many others. So that means that Wall Street Journal has some information. On the basis of that, he said that there's a pressure. And secondly, General Petraeus, who is right now the in charge in Afghanistan, but that time he was in charge of Central Command. Central Command means Afghanistan as well as Iraq and other places of the area. So he was testifying here at the Senate of United States. So I'm not saying something which was something in the closed door. He was asked a question by Senator Udall of Colorado. Senator Udall asked General Petraeus, what do you do? What do you do about Kashmir? And General Petraeus said, it was instant. It was spontaneous. He said, whenever we go to India, we talk about the issue of Kashmir. And on his left was Richard Holbrooke. Richard Holbrooke has never mentioned the K word since he became the special envoy on Afghanistan and Pakistan. But General Petraeus said, when Mr. Holbrooke goes to India, he also talks about the issue of Kashmir. So United States is pursuing the policy of Kashmir with India, as I told you, at the very highest level, but it's a quiet diplomacy. So I am really of the opinion that quiet diplomacy also sometimes works. And secondly, well, Hillary Clinton was in India, and she said in India that both India and Pakistan, they must settle the issue of Kashmir according to the sentiments of the people of Kashmir. This was as the Secretary of State. So that's why which is very important that United States, although it is doing public diplomacy with Pakistan, but it is doing quiet diplomacy in India. But there are all the indications that whenever any delegation comes from New Delhi and Islamabad, so United States talks about that. And secondly, and more importantly, if you will ask anybody here in Washington DC, what is the single most national security issue of the United States? Not the only one, but the single most national security issue, that's Afghanistan. And all the indications are that Afghanistan cannot be brought to the peace and prosperity and the stability unless it has the total support from the Army of Pakistan. And as Prime Minister Gilani has said more than once, that Pakistan cannot afford to withdraw all its forces from eastern border to western border unless the bone of tension of that is resolved, which is the issue of Kashmir. So that's why Kashmir is really linked with the very national security issue of Pakistan. So that's why it is America which is talking about the Kashmir whenever they have a chance, and it's not because they really have no interest. So it falls within the national interest of Pakistan. And secondly, I was listening to Mr. James Woolsey, who happened to be at one time, he was the chief of CIA. He was on CNN, again as a public record. And it was both India and Pakistan, they have tested nuclear. He was on the CNN. He said that forget about South and North Korea. If at all there's a danger of nuclear confrontation, that is from India and Pakistan, and that is because of the issue of Kashmir. So that's why to denuclearize the whole issue, or to have this tension between India and Pakistan to be reduced, you have to show the tangible progress on the issue of Kashmir.
So are you hopeful that all these strategic situations will help to solve the issue of Kashmir?
Yes, there is always hope, but ultimate hope, what is the ultimate hope that really gives me the optimism that it is only the matter of time, and that is the people of Kashmir. And you can go and read the Amnesty International, you can go and read the Human Rights Watch, you can go read the International Criminal Court of Geneva, and International Human Rights Development Association of the United Nations. There are so many NGOs. They have put the figure of the people who have been killed in Kashmir within the past 20 years more than 100,000. And even the Amnesty International at one time they said there are more than 70,000 uh, children in Kashmir who have been orphaned. And despite the fact that India has really done to the people of Kashmir whatever is humanly possible, they really killed, as I told you, that within the past few months, scores of people and the teenagers. But one thing India could not do, they could not really break the will of the people of Kashmir. Because the will of the people of Kashmir is alive, because you have the sentiments of people of Kashmir, they are on the increase in order to demand the freedom and justice. So that's why it gives me the hope that international community ultimately will realize that the peace and stability, not only in Kashmir, but in the whole region of South Asia, India, Pakistan and Afghanistan, runs through the final settlement of the issue of Kashmir, not the settlement that is agreed upon between India and Pakistan only, but a settlement which is agreed upon between India, Pakistan and the Kashmiri leadership.
Dr. Fai, how old are you and how long you have been in exile from Kashmir, India?
Yes, I was born soon after the partition in 1950, and I left Kashmir in 1980. And my crime was simply because we had a conference in Kashmir, and fortunately or unfortunately, whatever you say, in that conference more than 80,000 people participated. And at the end of the conference, like we had this year in 2010, we had a declaration here, but we passed a resolution in Srinagar. That time it was again the Sheikh Abdullah, he was the Chief Minister of Kashmir. We passed a resolution that there must be the implementation of the United Nations Security Council over the issue of Kashmir. That very phrase is a crime within the Indian Constitution. So it was because of that crime which I committed there, which I am committed again today, because we are demanding the implementation of United Nations Security Council. So I left Kashmir in August of 1980, and unfortunately that was the last time I was in Kashmir. I have not been able to go back to my land, back to my homeland, back to that paradise within the past 30 years.
Thank you very much, sir.